JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, family and friends mourn massive loss of wife of PNP veteran KD Knight to COVID. Please remember to subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. In an ironic twist of fate, Pauline Knight, whose husband, retired politician and veteran attorney at law Keith Desmond Knight, recently headed a pro-COVID-19 vaccination advocacy group, was snatched by the Grim Reaper on Friday night, becoming one of more than 1,300 local victims of the deadly virus. As news of her passing spread, she was celebrated as a woman to whom family was everything. Pauline Stone Mary, retired actress and a public servant, said she first met her namesake, Pauline Doe Harris, later Knight, in 1964, when they both got their first jobs at the Department of Statistics on Charles Street in Kingston. This is so devastating. KD is distraught. They have been married for more than 50 years and it is so tragic. Pauline was dedicated to her family. Although she had jobs that were very demanding and time-consuming, her family was front and center of her universe. She was a devoted mother, wife, and grandmother, Stone Mary said on Saturday. She talked of a close relationship between the two at work and beyond. We used to have lunch together. She lived next door to KD in the early days, and that's how the relationship started. He got a scholarship and went to Howard University, and she went to Washington as well. That is where they got married. It's been a long union, and while I don't see her every day, she was a friend and was close friends with my sister-in-law, who she met in Washington, said Stone Mary. The distressed friend added, she was a wonderful human being who was beautiful and family-oriented, soft-spoken. Tragically, she lost her son some years ago and she was heartbroken, but she lived for KD, Stacy, her daughter, and the grandchildren. She has a long record of working with government for the betterment of her country. She was an example of someone who gave back to Jamaica. Stone Mary said the Knight's son, Kamal, died in 2007 after complications from pneumonia and leptospirosis. And veteran attorney at law Bert Samuels, who shares practice with KD and John Jr., said the law family, Knight, Jr. and Samuels, has been thrown into mourning. This is a massive loss. I knew her for 40 years, a very humble, unassuming, quiet homemaker, and after retirement took care of KD. She was a great supporter of an active advocate. She had her grandchildren who were very close to her. 2 of them lived with her. A matriarch has gone, said Samuels. He added, they have been married for 54 years, with a total of 57 years of friendship. They got married in their early 20s after meeting as teenagers. They went to England together, where KD studied law at Gray's Inn, and she did her master's at the University of London, and came back to Jamaica with their firstborn Stacy, who is also an attorney. Samuel said Pauline Knight became a dedicated public servant, serving for many years at the Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ, giving great service across administration. She'll be sadly missed, and we are throwing all the support behind KD for the massive loss of his soulmate and wife, Samuels said. Pauline Knight, who held a doctorate in population studies and sustainable development, worked for many years as a director and later Director General acting of the PIOJ up to late 2010. She also provided consultancy on several projects. Since her death, sympathies and love have been pouring in for the family. Former Cabinet Minister A.J. Nicholson, who served for many years in the Senate with KD, described Pauline as a treasure. The prayer from my family is that my colleague and comrade of so many years will be granted strength beyond the ordinary in this time of great challenge. Dr. Pauline Knight was a treasure, Nicholson said on Saturday. Dorothy Buchanan, widow of former minister and a member of parliament Donald Buchanan, said Pauline's death hit her hard. Buchanan, who lost 2 brothers to COVID-19, said Pauline Knight was a very private person. I got to know her while my husband and KD served in the cabinet. She was an ardent Adventist, but was very reserved. She took the death of Kamal very hard and suffered greatly from that loss, Buchanan said. Opposition leader and People's National Party President Mark Golding, MP Philip Paulwell, and former MP Richard Azan were among those who sent condolences to the Knight family. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember, subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.